Hello everybody and welcome to another mystery box function challenge. In the purple mystery box there's some math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. You can try this out by using the link in the description, and when you think you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. Okay, let's start with a 0. Alright, 0 gives us 7. How about a 1? 1 gives us, that looks like a non-repeating decimal. So square root trig maybe. How about a 2? Wow, so we're moving pretty fast for either of those types of functions. How about a 3? Way down there. Oh my goodness. How about a 4? And now we're coming back up again. So I'm starting to think this is a trig function. Let's put in 1.5 for an approximation for pi over 2. And it puts us very close to 0. And let's just put in a 6.3 for an approximation of 2 pi. Oh, and there we're at 6.9, basically 7. Let's just check and see if this I think we have the typical waveform here for one of those basic trig functions, but let's check on the negative side in case it's doing something funny. So negative 1.5, let's say, and there it's close to 0 again, and let's do negative 3.14 for an approximation for negative pi, and there we're down basically at 7 again. Okay, I think we have what we need to figure this one out. This is a waveform. It's going up and down, so it's either sine or cosine. So that's my first thought. And when we think about the unit circle for this sine and cosine, we're putting in an angle. That's our number here that we're putting into the function. And what we get out is the coordinates that the x and y coordinates, and the x is the cosine and the y is the sine, where this line intersects on the unit circle. So at 0, right here, we're at the point 1, 0. And we are not at 0, so I'm thinking it's not sine. We're not at 1 either. We're up here at 7. So this is the cosine. I think this is going to be our cosine. Let's think about what happens at pi over 2. Pi over 2 up here. So pi over 2, the cosine now is 0, and the sine is 1. So, and at pi over 2, we're very close to 0. Well, this is our approximation of pi over 2. So we're close to pi over 2, and we're close to 0. And then we continue on, and we get to negative 1 at pi. And at pi, we're at, well, not negative 1, but negative 7. And the pattern keeps continuing. So what I think is this is the cosine of x. So f of x equals the cosine. Oops, let me leave a little room there. So f of x equals something times the cosine of x. And in this case, I think it's just as simple as having a multiplier out here that shows us how high and how low we get. And we're going up to 7, down to negative 7, instead of up to 1 and down to negative 1. So I think we've got 7 out here as a multiplier. So I'm pretty sure about that. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, there it is, 7 times the cosine of x. Let's graph it. And you get that typical cosine pattern starting out up at its top and then going down when it gets to pi to its bottom, but it's just really tall. So that multiplier changes the amplitude of your function. Well, how did that go? Did you get cosine? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.